Good morning. I'm Senator Gary Daniels from oh, okay. Good morning. I'm Senator Gary Daniels from District 11. Today we'll be holding a meeting of the Senate Finance Committee. Before we get started, I'll read through a checklist to ensure that the meeting we are holding is in compliance with the right to know law. As chair of the Senate Finance Committee, I find that due to the state of emergency declared by the governor as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, and in accordance with the governor's emergency order number 12, pursuant to Executive Order 2020-04 and its extensions, this public body is authorized to meet electronically. Please note there is no physical location to observe and contemporaneously listen to this meeting, which was authorized pursuant to the governor's emergency order. In accordance with the emergency order, I'm confirming that we are providing public access to the meeting by telephone with additional access possible by video and other electronic means. We are utilizing Zoom for this electronic meeting. All members of the committee and selected legislative staff have the ability to communicate contemporaneously in this meeting through this platform, and the public has access to contemporaneously watch and or listen to the meeting on Zoom or YouTube and via phone by following the directions and links provided on the General Court website. We have provided public notice of the necessary information for accessing the meeting in the Senate calendar. We are providing a mechanism for the public to alert the public body during the meeting if there are any problems with access. If anyone has a problem, please email remotesenate@leg.state.nh.us or call 603-271-6931. In the event the public is unable to access the meeting, it will be adjourned and rescheduled. Please note that all votes taken during this meeting shall be done by roll call vote. Finally, let's start the meeting by taking roll call attendance. When each member states his or her presence, please also state where you are and if anyone is in the room with you during this meeting, which is required under the right to know law. And I will call roll. Senator Morse.
Senator Chuck Morse, I'm in the Senate chamber.
Senator Hennessy.
Good morning, Erin Hennessy from Littleton. I'm in the Senate chamber.
Senator Susie. Senator Reagan. Senator Gaida.
President of the Senate chamber.
Senator Rosenwald.
Cindy Rosenwald from Nashua in the Senate chamber.
And I'm Senator Gary Daniels, and I'm in the Senate chambers as well. I'll now invite you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'll give you a quick rundown on how things are going to work this morning because LBA has been working to get the information together so that we could work on House Bill 2. There are a few items on House Bill 1 that they have prepared. There is a packet at your seat. We will go through the packet on House Bill 1 at that time. I'll check with Mr. Kane if time is needed for LBA to finish their work in getting House Bill 2 together. We will recess for a finite period of time and then reconvene when LBA has that information for us. Okay, so the first item we'll take up is on the New Hampshire Housing Appeals Board, revised budget.
I would move the item.
Senator Gaida moves the item. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Senator Hennessy. Any discussion? Senator Gaida.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Briefly, the Housing Appeals Board is in its first operating year. And in their request, they had requested significant increase the House pared that back to the point that it would basically disable the board from operating. At present, they currently have 11 active cases. They've adjudicated, I believe, one, and they're working on the second. This is important to getting the housing crisis fixed. So the appeals board came back with a revised request to allow them to hire a legal clerk and to enable them to function, basically. Much smaller ask than original, and I think something that the budget can withstand and the state needs in terms of trying to mitigate the housing crisis. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions? Comments? Seeing none, you ready for the vote? You'll be voting on the revised budget for the New Hampshire Housing Appeals Board. Senator Morse,
Yes.
Senator Hennessy,
Yes.
Senator Susie,
Yes.
Senator Reagan, Senator Gaida.
Yes,
Senator Rosenwald.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes, and the motion carries. And now go on to House Bill 1 amendment that is offered by Senator Daniels. This is regarding additional funds for travel and tourism. And I'll move the adoption of the amended budget for tourism development.
second,
Second by Senator Hennessy. Just to explain this, originally, the tourism budget was cut. It was further cut. Well, let me say, it was cut by the governor. It was further cut by the House. We have restored the money that the House had taken out. But the return on investment of tourism, and I think New Hampshire being a tourism state, we're going to be depending a lot on tourism to get our economy back to where it was before, get things moving and provide the revenue that will enable us to fund the things that we've been talking about for the last 6 weeks. So what this does, it brings the funding for tourism back to what it was in the last biennium. Any questions? Seeing none, we'll call roll. Senator Morse,
Yes.
Senator Hennessy.
Yes.
Senator Susie,
Yes.
Senator Reagan, Senator Gaida.
yes,
Senator Rosenwald,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. Motion carries. Our next item is just an update on estimate revenues regarding the Department of Transportation. I'll give you a moment to look those over. This is just to approve of the update in the revenues for this department.
I'd move the item.
Second.
Senator Gaida moves the adoption of the updated revenue estimates as seconded by Senator Morse. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, call roll. Senator Morse,
Yes.
Senator Hennessy,
Yes.
Senator Susie,
Yes.
Senator Reagan, Senator Gaida.
Yes,
Senator Rosenwald,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes, motion carries. The next is an amendment by Senator Hennessy.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. This amendment corrects the amendment that we had previously voted on and then reconsidered this week. It increases the CFI rates paid to providers, but excludes the manual price services, the market price services, and also excludes those provider rates that had previously negotiated an increase that was more than 5%, which was personal care services, homemaker services, case management services, and the adult daycare services that we allocated additional funds to. And this, in discussion with the department, they have the money already budgeted to pay for this 5% increase.
So the
Second.
accept a motion by Senator Hennessy, seconded by Senator Gaida. Questions? And so the department is aware of this amendment? and
Yes.
It's all been checked out. Great. Any further questions? Seeing none, we're voting on Senator Hennessy's amendment to House Bill 1. Senator Morse,
Yes.
Senator Hennessy,
Yes.
Senator Susie.
Yes.
Senator Reagan, Senator Gaida.
Yes.
Senator Rosenwald.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes, and the motion carries. And then we have an amendment by Senator Gaida.
Sure, and Mr. Chair, if I could, sorry. Sure,
Mr. Kane.
excuse me, just for the record, Michael Kane, Legislative Budget Assistant. So Senator Gaida is Amendment 1675S. I did just want to clarify, these are the Senate Ways and Means adopted revenue estimates. There was one adjustment to the split between business taxes between the BPT and the BET. As you know, Ways and Means did the total. The historical split is about 68-32 between the BPT and BET. So these do reflect in total the votes taken by the Senate Ways and Means Committee earlier this week for General Fund, Education Trust Fund, Highway, and Fish and Game.
Thank you. Senator Morse for question.
Yeah, so Mike Kane. Mike, do we have to do anything with these splits right now?
Nope, those splits are reflected in the Amendment 1675S. So that's if you adopt this amendment, you'll be all set.
All right, so moved.
Okay, Senator Morse moves Amendment 1675S. Is there a
Second.
second? Second by Senator Gaida. Questions? Just Senator Gaida.
A quick discussion. This came about because in allocating the revenues between BET and BPT, I had used the 60%, 40% split that's traditional. Turns out that we need to have 68-32, and those are the numbers reflected in this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Further questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll call roll. I'm sorry, Senator
Just
Susie.
one question regarding the amount of the tobacco tax in the second year and the reason for the reduction in revenue. Is that based on smoking cessation alone, or is there some other factor? I'm sorry, on the tobacco tax, Senator Gaida, in the second year of the biennium, you project a reduction in tobacco tax revenue. Is that based solely on smoking cessation, or is there something else?
So the committee was divided on that question. The majority felt that they would go down. Several of us felt that they would not. They would at least remain the same. But the committee's decision was to support the decrease in revenues.
Thank you. I believe in part it was based on that. Also, there was discussion on regulations that were coming in on menthol and things like that. So there were 2 or 3 different contributing factors to people deciding that the revenues would be lower.
Thank you.
Any further discussion or questions on the amendment? Seeing none, we'll call roll. Senator Morse,
Yes.
Senator Hennessy,
Yes.
Senator Susie,
Yes.
Senator Reagan, Senator Gaida,
Yes.
Senator Rosenwald.
Yes.
The chair votes yes. And the motion carries. At this time, Mr. Kane.
I believe
excuse me,
Senator
Senator
Rosenwald.
Rosenwald.
Thank you. I have a correction to an amendment we adopted the other day
Okay.
that the Department of Health and Human Services caught. It is also about the CFI appropriations in the same accounting unit as Senator Hennessy. Corrected amendment was on this. Well, you'll see the language. This is where we had a footnote that said, to the extent possible and consistent with federal law, any funds left over shall be used to to benefit the direct care workforce. The department caught that we inadvertently left out one of the CFI class lines, and that was 505. That's mid-level care.
Second.
Motion by Senator Rosenwald to move her amendment on House Bill 1. That's seconded by Senator Hennessy. Any discussion? There being none, we'll call roll. Senator Morse.
Yes.
Senator Hennessy.
Yes.
Senator Susie.
Yes.
Senator Reagan. Senator Gaida.
Yes.
Senator Rosenwald.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes, and the amendment is adopted. Are there any further House Bill 1 issues to be brought forward? Not, Mr. Kane, I'll turn to you and follow your suggestion as to how much time your team needs to.
Sure. So you should be all set with House Bill 1. If there have been no changes to any departments, they stay as the House came over. But as you know, you voted over the last couple of weeks to make those changes. As far as House Bill 2, I do apologize. There are several amendments that we're working on. We just want to make sure that we have the proper amendments and that the members want to release them. If we could get a recess for about an hour, that should give us a chance to touch base with all the membership and provide you a packet of amendments to House Bill 2 that you'll be able to go over in a little while.
Good thing. Senator Morse.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with House Bill 1. I think it's going to be a long day. I think we're going to be coming back later this afternoon or tonight. It's up to you guys, but and I do think there'll be changes to House Bill 1 at some point. So I hope we're not closing the door or anything.
No, I apologize.
No, we haven't closed any doors yet. But I would agree with your comment. I mean, the intent, and I understand that some of the House Bill 2 amendments are somewhat long. So we probably will factor in an opportunity there for you to read through those amendments before we vote on them. So we will be coming back this afternoon. Time to be determined. So for right now, though, we will be in recess until 10:30.
What's that?